According to research done by Vanessa White, Michelle Chow, and Yumiko Orante, more than 14 million children in the United States, 22% of all children in the United States, live in families with low income below the federal poverty level. I'm here to persuade you that child poverty is a serious problem in the United States, and I will persuade you to believing this by presenting facts and ways to solve the problem. If you look at this map here, this is poverty across the United States, and it shows different states, and you can see there's above 25% is not very many. You have a lot of them that are at 20 and 24%, and then it lowers back down from there. It seems that most of the poverty states are in the South, which kind of goes along with the slave states and stuff like that. I think it all kind of coincides together. And on this graph, you can see that from 2000 up to 2008 is steadily increased. Not a huge increase, and it's actually leveled off for the last few years. So there has been some improvement, but it is continuing to increase. Poverty has been an issue for a very long time, and how to end it has been debated for years. Today I will discuss child poverty in the United States and some steps that we can do to help our country. Poverty is generational. Living in a poor family can reduce the child's expectations of their own lives and lead to a cycle where poverty is repeated from generation to generation. According to CLASP, poverty is a strong indicator of the child's success in school and adult employment and earnings. It seems as though the longer a child lives in poverty, the worse their adult outcome is. This increases the chance of poverty being passed on to the next generation. CLASP also states that children growing up in poverty experience poorer health, higher incidence of developmental delays, learning disabilities, and hunger compared to their peers. According to the National Center of Child Poverty, half of the children in poverty receive no governmental assistance because their parents earn more than $22,000 a year. This leads to poor health. It seems as though the achievement gap for low-income children starts early in life and is difficult to reverse. This affects the children throughout their lives. Now that I've shown you that poverty is a generational problem, I will discuss the ethnical makeup in relation to poverty in children. A fact sheet issued by the National Center of Child Poverty showed that contrary to many common stereotypes about America's poor, at least 1/3 of the 14 million children living in poverty are white. Poor affects children of all colors, contrary to stereotypes. This notion held by many Americans that poverty is not a white problem is simply false. This was stated by Janet Kniser, the director of the NCCP. The sooner all Americans realizes these facts of poverty, the better chance we have of eradicating it. The NCCP also shows that America's poor children, out of America's poor children, 4.2 million are white, 4 million are Latino, 3.6 are African American, only 400,000 are Asian, and only 200,000 are American Indian. Now that I've convinced you that child poverty is a problem amongst many races in the United States and shown some of the problems that poverty creates, I will explain ways to fix the problem. We citizens of the United States can take steps to alleviate child poverty. We can donate food or money to our local food banks. According to the Southeast Texas Food Bank, if we all donate just $10, we can provide 40 meals to people across our community. We can encourage our government to increase income and work support, such as child tax credit or earned income credit, so that the working class can kind of keep more of their money instead of losing it. We can also encourage our government to increase the access of quality care and quality child care and quality health care. This is so that these children of poverty can not get behind and they can develop normally and healthfully into adults. By choosing to change child poverty and not ignore it, we can make a difference in our country. In conclusion, child poverty is a generational problem that can be fixed. We must encourage our children to create change. We must also understand that child poverty affects children of all races, and we need to be willing to help everyone. We can encourage our government to change certain policies that increase income and work support. We can also encourage our government to help children of poverty develop normally both physically and mentally. According to CLASP, of nearly 6 million young children that live in poor families, of that 6 million in 2011, the number has stayed the same in 2012, but it has increased significantly since 2007. So we can see that we're doing something to decrease the rapid increase, but we have to continue to combat it by continuing to create change. And that is it. You stop.